be either fully substituted or mostly substituted by an AI program. Now, that would mean that these individuals who were doing that job before, what should they be doing now? In terms of employment, what is that impact? AI economy, if you will, artificial intelligence economy, will bring its own jobs, will bring its own new jobs that today we do not have. I'll give you an example. I was giving the example of aging population in Tokyo before. One of the conclusions of that summit was that because the population is aging, you need to have AI programs that are collecting data from these citizens, monitoring for activities like monitoring for outcomes like somebody may have a health problem, an emergency coming up, predicting whether somebody could have a cardiac issue. So there's a lot of data that's collected, and there are platforms on which this data needs to be read. This data needs to be analyzed. Part of the analysis is being done by a program, but a human is required in the loop to, properly assign when somebody requires state assistance and when somebody doesn't. Because if you assign more people, then the state will have to spend more money on healthcare. And if you assign less people, then people will get affected. So there's a balance needed, there's a human judgment needed. So Japan is training tens of thousands of home-based workers to look at the interfaces of these AI programs, which are monitoring health for millions of older people. Tens of thousands of new jobs being generated solely because of AI economy. Because the decisions, I mean, we are not at all close to a place as, in terms of technology, in terms of society, we're not at all close to a place where AI programs will take decisions about your lives. We're not there yet. What they can do is if we are considering 100 factors to make a decision, 10 factors to make a decision, AI program can consider 100,000 factors, a million factors to make the same decision a little better. So it considers all of that and suggests then there need to be people who monitor it, who assign resources, etc. Likewise, in the field of surveillance, I mean, there are at least 25,000 professionals being trained by the Indian Navy to monitor maritime security AI application consoles. So this is maritime security, that is sea-based security. There are unmanned aircraft that are collecting information. There is GPS data. There is which shows vessel movement. There are other multiple data sources. All of them get into a combined platform, and there are AI programs running to say that there might be something risky going on here. And these are not areas that you're comfortable leaving to a machine fully. So there are people that need to be trained to read and decide on the basis of this data and these insights that are being provided by the AI system. In short, AI systems are good for collecting a lot of data, looking at millions of possibilities, suggesting insights or patterns that are found within the data. The human takes the decisions on, especially when resources are involved, when security is involved, etc. The human makes the decisions. And then there is automation of the process that can happen through the AI system. Process automation that can happen. Any questions you have on what we have covered so far? Okay. So that's the why part of it. Why do we need to go to smart cities? And the second is what is smart cities? What is involved? What are the essential features or components of smart cities? And we will look at such things as smart buildings, smart transportation, etc. For smart buildings, let me give you another example. Um, there are multiple, when we did this for high volume air conditioning maker that's based in the United States, a very large company, $14 billion in revenue. These guys make large air conditioning systems that cool, hundreds of thousands of buildings in every city. What they wanted was automatic regulation of this air conditioning so that they can save power. So there were AC vents like the ones that we have in this hall, and there are little sensors that are with each AC vent. The sensor senses, it has a clock, so it knows the time to the minute, and it knows the temperature of the room, the temperature of the air coming out of the sensors, and the degree to which the vent is open, the air conditioning vent is open. And this information is collected from every AC vent in every building that the company runs its air conditioners for. All of that data gets, in the system that was designed by us, all of that data is taken to a central big data storage, and multiple algorithms run on it based on historic data, based on patterns that have been given to us by human experts, based on rules that a human expert can code at any time. This data is sifted through, and decisions are made automatically on which vents to shut off, which vents to reduce, which temperature to increase, so that the overall utilization of the electricity, of the energy for air conditioning, the energy for air conditioning is reduced as much as possible. And the company saw in excess of 32% reduction in energy by this automatic shutoffs. And for them, on a $14 billion revenue company, 32% reduction in energy cost is a huge number. This is what we mean by, this is one of the things that can be done for smart buildings. In smart building planning, we see several applications coming up. To build, let's say, a nice building like this, you will need electricians, plumbers, carpenters, many skill sets. And the government has access to hundreds or thousands of players in each category. How do we automate or add intelligence to the procurement process? For example, how do we write the RFP automatically? At least parts of the RFP. Can we look at what are the kinds of problems that in the past we may have had with a vendor, because it's there in the record somewhere? Can we have an AI program read up those documents and make a synopsis for each vendor? And on the basis of that, can we determine what conditions we should put in the RFP, in the request for proposals or tender notice, to ensure that it is comprehensive, that we get the right players. Once they submit, how do we compare the RFP document with the response? Can that be done to a certain extent by AI systems? It can. When an agreement is signed with a vendor, can a compliance on the agreement content be done by an AI system? So in multiple places, in planning of buildings, in designing of buildings, in executing the contracts, artificial intelligence can play a role. Essential components of smart cities, if you want to bring it down to a very small number, these five are what I would list as essential components. Whenever a smart city initiative needs to be taken, these are the five. One is there should be connectivity. There should be high-speed connectivity throughout the city so that the devices can communicate, individuals can communicate, departments can communicate, vehicles can communicate, etc. Then there needs to be a focus on sustainability and resiliency. There needs to be measurement of what exactly we are spending. Things like carbon credits calculations need to automatically and continuously happen. Resiliency, I have already talked about. How do you come out of a problem? Resiliency means that there's an issue. It could be an unexpected event. From that, how does the system recover? It should not hang. It should not depend on a human being because there may be thousands of such events occurring all the time in different parts of the city. The city should know, the information system should know how to revive from that, how to be resilient. Governance, this is here by governance we mean governance of the citizens, governance of their data, ensuring their safety, security, privacy, etc. Applications and data, this is where the software applications and big data, that is big data, artificial intelligence, etc., come into play. This is the technology part of it. And the fifth one is equity. The purpose of creating a smart city is so that people have equitable opportunities, that we can create a better society. And then being able to measure whether that equitable opportunity is actually happening is a big advantage of a smart city. We can see if there are particular regions which are suffering more because of traffic problems, because of water problems, because of X, Y, Z problems, and focus resources, whether it is time, money, etc., resources of the government on those so that more equitability can be brought in. That's the goal, right, of a smart city. It needs to be equitable. Smart city which is smart for some people and not for the other people is not smart. Definition of a smart city is this. They use information and communication technology to engage citizens, to deliver city services, and to enhance urban systems. So use of information and communication technology is essential there. In fact, that's where the smart word is coming from. We're saying that by having access to newer technologies, we can add intelligence into every task. And there are four parts that we are showing here: urban systems, hardware, social systems, and software applications. And different aspects that I have been touching upon are listed here. So all of these come together to define a smart city. And components of a smart city are what are listed here. Smart living, which is in terms of, let's say, management of sewerage and sanitation, management of water supply, management of electricity, affordable housing, citizen safety, management of entertainment. Can that be done in a dynamic, resilient manner? Smart people, which is, smart cities need to be used by people like you and me, which means that there's a certain level of education, training that needs to be given to the citizens to take best advantage of the opportunities. Technology should not be deployed for technology's sake. Making it as simple as possible and making sure that it can be used is going to be essential. A lot of our time in Colombia, and this I'm connecting back to a comment that Jacob made at the beginning of this. A lot of our time in Colombia is being spent on training, on empowering individuals and communities to be able to utilize smart tools. So it's not just making of a software tool and moving on. It is thinking in the transformation, taking responsibility for the transformation. So if we say that we will build an artificial intelligence application to minimize energy consumption, then we better be responsible until the time that the energy consumption is minimized, not up to the point where we deliver the tool. Right? Until the time that everybody in the organization can integrate it into their workflows. This is going to be very important. Many of you are decision makers in your own departments to work with different vendors. So I welcome you to look at this issue when you're making your decisions on how much is the vendor taking responsibility for the end citizen outcome, not for the technology outcome. End outcome, business outcome, citizen outcome that you are interested in. How much are they taking responsibility? Number one. Number two, are you being empowered at the end of this to utilize these systems, to enhance these systems, etc.? That's going to be important. Because every day new technologies are coming up. Expecting to keep pace with technology that is evolving so fast. I was telling you, big data didn't exist 14 years ago. How many of you have heard of this term called Spark? Spark? Anybody? Spark? In the big data context, anybody? Okay. How many of you have heard of, let us say, Internet of Things? Most of the people in the room. And how old is the IoT technology? Internet of Things. Not even a decade? Not even a decade of rollouts? How many large-scale IoT rollouts are available in the world? Very small. The point I'm trying to make is that technologies are evolving much faster today. They are becoming accepted much faster. They're becoming mainstream much faster. So it's not possible, just not possible for somebody who's a non-technologist to, have to keep pace. You'll be running all the time. So it's important that whoever vendor you're working with takes the responsibility to empower you in rolling out these initiatives. It cannot be just, roll something out and then move on, or even worse, maintain a dependency for a long time. Smart mobility is the third one, which is here by mobility we don't mean mobile computing or mobile phones. We mean human mobility. So in terms of parking, in terms of transportation, in terms of smart vehicles, bringing in intelligence into fast and efficient urban mobility. So if Berlin has an application, an AI application where you can pick up a bicycle from one part of the city. Each bicycle has a unique code, and each one is equipped with a GPS device. So a central system knows where you have taken it. You can pick it up from anywhere or leave it in any place and move on. So simple application, GPS, big data, multiple bicycles, little sensors on the bicycles. But it makes life so easy for urban commute, short distance urban commute. And another really nice application that I found is in Boston. People are invited to download an app. This app will not collect any personal information from you. All that it does is notice when your car goes on a pothole. So when your car goes on a pothole, there is a certain movement, and obviously our mobile phones can detect that kind of movement. It detects it and sends the information to the government website. a government big data repository. And it sends information on how fast are we moving and how long did the pothole last and how big was the shock. All that information is collated and prioritized so that the government knows what are the next set of potholes to be worked on that day, that week, so that it can be, quickly, the problem can be settled. Harder problem, more shocking potholes can be fixed first. Very simple, one app on people who want to carry it on their mobile does nothing other than informing the government your situation, because you want it to be fixed. Okay. So there are many very nice mobility-based applications that are possible to conceptualize and to implement. Many cities are doing that in terms of smart mobility. In the mobility also, digital mobility comes in, which is your high-speed networks. Then the other component of smart economy, other component of the smart city is smart economy. Smart economy, measuring the income levels of different individuals, measuring the upward mobility or downward mobility of different individuals or different regions, so that interventions can be made, predictive interventions can be made. So you don't just measure it, you see what is going to happen. Like, for example, there was a study in Cincinnati which looked at what are the areas where crime is more likely to happen. And what they combined was how many bars are in that region, how many unlit parking spaces are in that region, so on and so forth. They looked at pieces of information, saw a clear correlation between presence of a combination of infrastructural elements and rate of crime. And they also observed that when, let's say, this situation is fixed, the parking lots are lit up, let's say, or the streets are lit up, then crime moves to another place which has a similar setting as before. There is a clear connection. And this is something that you can do, from the current and historic data that is available. It need not be guesswork because the data is available. And in the labor market, are there specific segments of jobs that we are finding it hard to find people for? Or there is a specific segment of people that are finding it hard to find jobs? These kind of labor market analysis, poverty levels analysis. Smart governance, here grievance management, budgeting. Budgeting is one major thing. Where do government always, any government has limited resources. Where do we assign these resources? Where is the biggest return on investment for this money? Can we do, you're probably familiar, some of you play the stock market. There are many artificial intelligence tools that do portfolio management. If you tell the tool that you have, say, $2,000 to invest into the stock market today, the tool will come back and say, why don't you put 30% of this money in this set of stocks, 10% of money in that set of stocks, and so on. Gives your portfolio. Now, can we expand the problem and look at budgeting of a government as a portfolio management exercise? There are, 1,000 things that need money. There is data of past money that was put in to those departments. There is data of the return on investment that has been obtained, the number of citizens that have been touched by that investment, the number of positive reviews that have been obtained, the number of negative reviews that have been obtained. Can we combine that information and do intelligent suggestions? I'm not saying that an AI program will do government budgets, but I'm saying that an AI program will make a very good assistant in deciding budgeting. Grievance management is something that many governments have taken up through AI because a lot of grievances have repetitive nature to them. People have similar complaints. So if the complaint is the same, the resolution also has a similarity. So automated agents, chatbots, intelligent chatbots, um, email management systems, etc., can be used, and this has been done both at the public level and at private enterprise level. The last one here is smart environment. I have been talking about why smart environment is a major part of smart cities. Let me move on. To we'll do the smart transportation, which will probably take 5 to 10 minutes, and then take a break if that's okay with you. Or should we take a break now? Now is good. Okay, great. So you come back. I'll take up a call.
Any questions?
Yeah, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. This is not a one-way. It's not intended to be a one-way sermon. Okay. Even offline, we are available. Please feel free to ask.